I do not know who these posts are for. I will tell you that I don't usually think as well at nighttime, but I know somebody needs this coaching tonight. So let's do champion mindset coaching and let's talk about goal setting. Okay? Now, when you're making goals, and this has got to be, I think for a majority of people who have interest in this, is probably like a goal that's big and it's giant and it's making you like stretch beyond what you think is possible, anything that you've ever done before. Maybe it's something that you've been afraid to do, anything like that. Okay? Here's how I roll. When you're making these big goals, okay? You can have fun and you can do it however you want to do. You don't have to do it how everybody else does. All right? Example, when I'm setting goals, okay? Like I'm talking like, the annual goals. I don't use New Year's resolution to mark the beginning of when I start a goal. I use my birthday, June 5th, okay? The body doesn't operate on a bureaucratic calendar. And, neither should I. I shouldn't have to either. So I don't. June 5th. Maybe I'll start my own fiscal year on that day. Just, sync everything up. Okay, topic for another day. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to goal setting, this may actually help you. Rather than that whole pressure about, it's going to be January 1st. I don't even know. Oh my God, 10 days until, I can only have these cookies for 10 more days. And then January 1st, all of a sudden, cold turkey, blah. No, why does it have to be like that? It doesn't have to be like that. When you're doing goal setting, maybe not so much for the short-term stuff, but definitely for the long-term stuff, it's going to help you if you take a look at your current position, okay? If it's a goal you've been working on for a while, all right, whatever the time of year is that you're doing this, you have to take, time to sit down and establish where you are, okay? What progress have you made? So if you catalog where you are today, all right, today is actually July 5th of 2018 when we're filming this, where were you 6 months ago? Where were you a year ago in relation to this goal? Or maybe not. Maybe this goal wasn't even a possibility at that time. Where were you 5 years ago, 10 years ago? So it's really not so much just about looking behind you. Like you have to glance behind you to monitor your progress, but then where do you want to go in the future? So 6 months from now, where do I want to be? What do I want to have? What do I want to have had to have accomplished between now and then? 5 years, 10 years. So you're always kind of like, panning forward, panning backwards so that you can have a total view. Now, sometimes when you're hard up working in the goal, you are not going to be able to have kind of like that situational awareness as to where you are amidst the goal because you're working and working and working and working and working. That's why I encourage you to have like point times during the year when you do step back and you take a look at the whole entire situation. Wherever you are, that saying you can't see the forest through the trees. That's going to happen when you are like deeply involved in doing the things to move you closer to that goal. Where you're very, very busy in your day-to-day life, it can be difficult to navigate, am I making any progress? So for me, it's very, very simple. If I use my birthday as one, and then 6 months later, we're in December, late night, not real good. It makes it very simple, and I take that pointed time. And it doesn't have to be all day, but if you can, schedule those times to step back, now you have full clarity as to the short-term progress that you've made, as well as the long-term progress and what you're going to be doing to inch yourself and move the needle closer to realization of that goal. Does that make sense? So when you're doing this, it doesn't have to be painful. Like, you should make it fun, okay? Develop your own calendar. This is how I'm doing it, okay? Develop your own timeline. But when you have the goals and you're operating in the timeline, it's going to help you move to that next level just because it does.